Welcome to another episode of Cheryl's Home Cooking, and watch me make one of my family's favorite recipes. So let's get started. Welcome to another episode of Cheryl's Home Cooking, and today what I'm going to show you is what I do with my leftover sauce. I made some stuffed shells with the leftover sauce and meatballs that I had. So let's get started. Today what I'm going to show you is what I'm going to do with my leftover sauce and meatballs. On my stove, I'm boiling some water. I'll be stuffing these shells. I have one 32-ounce container of ricotta cheese. To this ricotta cheese, I'll be adding in some mozzarella cheese. I have 12 ounces of mozzarella cheese that I'll fold into the ricotta. You just want to blend the mozzarella cheese into the ricotta cheese. I make this recipe a couple different ways. That's perfect because I'll be adding some more mozzarella cheese on top of my shells. So I'll place this off to the side. Place my mozzarella off to the side. So I'll take my meatballs out of the sauce and I'll slice them up. I'll place what I have in my pan. Cut the rest of my meatballs. I have 2 left. I'm just showing you what I like to do with my leftovers. I'll take the leftover sauce that I already have herbs and onions and green peppers in. I'll place that on top of the sliced meatballs. To this, I'm going to add another quart of my homemade sauce. You can use whatever sauce you have on hand. So I'll place this in. Mix it around. That's what it looks like. So now I'll place this on my stove to get nice and warm. I have my oven on 350 because once my shells are cooked and I stuff my shells, I'll be placing it in my oven for about an hour, but keep an eye on it because ovens do vary. You just want to make sure that the sauce is really coated good on the shells and that the cheese is melted. And this is what I like to do with my leftover sauce. It's really good. Now to add more flavor to my sauce, because I opened up another quart jar, I'll add some fresh parsley. So I just got done washing this parsley. I'll cut the stems off. Chop it all up. This looks like about 1/4 cup, so I'll add this to my sauce that's on the stove. So I'll mix my sauce, add the parsley in, mix it around. I have my burner on simmer just to keep the sauce warm and the meatballs warmed up. Because like I said, I'll be baking this in my oven on 350 for about an hour. My water is boiling, so now I'll add in some salt. I'm using kosher salt. I'll place my shells in the water, and I only want to cook it until al dente because it'll be baking the rest of the way in the oven. Doesn't this sauce look good? And see, no one will ever know that it was leftovers. You just spruce it up. My noodles are ready, so now I'll turn my burner off and go drain them. I drained my noodles. I have them sitting over my bowl. I have my ricotta and mozzarella cheese in my baking dish. Now I'll get my sauce. I'll take some of my sauce with the meatballs and just coat the bottom. Really smells good. So now I'll take my shells. They're a little bit hot. Open it up. And then place it seam side down. And I'll continue with the rest. So just take the cheese, stuff it in the shell, seam side down. And you want to make sure that your shells are cooked al dente because you are keeping it an hour in your oven and everything is actually pre-cooked. So just keep an eye on it. It may take less time. You just want the cheese to melt and everything to get really nice and warm and incorporated. Take the cheese, stuff it in, and close up the shell, seam side down. I'll place one more. Now I'll just take a handful of cheese, just sprinkle it on top. take some more of the sauce, spread it on top of my noodles. And continue on with the rest. Now I'm down to the last two. Last one. And see how good that looks? So now I'll add another handful of cheese on top of this row. And add the remaining sauce on top. Add some more cheese on top of this. I'll place some aluminum foil on top. Cover it up. I'll place my dish on top of my baking pan. Just in case the sauce spills over, it'll go into the baking dish. So now into the oven this goes. Now I'll check on my stuffed shells. See how they're doing. Looking good. See how the cheese is nicely melting on top of the shells? Can't wait. Smells awesome in here. The cheese melted beautifully. And this is what I like to do with my leftover sauce. I utilize it and make another dish. I can't wait to dig in. Doesn't it look good? Thanks for watching another episode of Cheryl's Home Cooking and watching me make what I do with my leftover sauce. So this stuffed shells with leftover sauce is super duper good. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Cheryl's Home Cooking. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below. I'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.